Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 8.
Everywhere that you look, just look, and you'll find I'll try to get to your soul.
Every time he sang, you felt it in your soul, fellow musician Ronnie Spector once said of Lou Christie. He didn't just hit the notes, he reached into your heart. The captivating voice behind Lightnin' Strikes and so many unforgettable pop anthems has gone silent. Lou Christie, born Lou J. Alfredo Giovanni Sacco, passed away after an illness at the age of 82. His falsetto thrilled millions, and his songs became the sound of a generation in love, longing, and rebellion. From small-town Pennsylvania to international stages, Christie's rise was as memorable as his melodies. As a teen, he recorded in a home studio with dreams bigger than his town. Then came The Gypsy Cried, Two Faces Have I, and of course the chart-topping Lightnin' Strikes, a song that cemented his place in music history. His daring spirit shined in Rhapsody in the Rain, one of the first songs banned from radio, a bold move that showcased his fearlessness in pushing pop's boundaries. He wrote most of his hits with Twyla Herbert, blending soul, drama, and passion like no one else. Lou shared stages with Diana Ross and the Supremes, performed for royalty, and inspired legends like Elton John and Madonna. John Lennon openly admired his work. Elton even took the stage beside him in London. Yet fans remember more than the music. They remember his charm, humor, and the way he made every show feel personal. Even as the charts changed, Lou kept performing, embracing the oldies scene and connecting new generations with timeless emotion. His voice continued to echo on airwaves, including his heartfelt radio specials on Sirius XM. Offstage, his kindness didn't fade. He actively supported U.S. veterans and remained devoted to his family, his wife, Georgina, and their children. The music world now mourns a true original, a man who gave everything to his craft and his fans. As tributes pour in, one message remains clear. Lou Christie didn't just live a career, he gave us a feeling we'll never forget. Tributes to Lou Christie. Number 7. Dave always made you feel like no matter where you came from, you could shine, a former student shared online. And shine he did, not just with his own moves, but in the light he brought out in others. Dave Scott, who passed away at the age of 52, inspired the world with his rhythm, vision, and heart. Born in Compton, California, Dave was a self-taught dancer, pulling inspiration from music videos, street battles, and the raw energy of hip-hop. He never had formal training, but he didn't need it. His drive and talent were unstoppable, propelling him from local club stages to global recognition. Dave's rise began with a surprising twist. While studying on a basketball scholarship, a nightclub performance opened his first door into the professional dance world. That chance moment led to choreography gigs that would define a generation of hip-hop dance. He is best remembered for his groundbreaking work in films like You Got Served, which earned him the American Choreography Award, and Step Up 2, The Streets, where his fresh energy and storytelling won widespread acclaim, including the Fred and Adele Astaire Award. His creative fingerprints were all over Stomp the Yard, Step Up 3D, and Coach Carter, films that not only entertained but moved audiences. Dave wasn't just behind the scenes. He mentored stars like Chris Brown, Neo, B2K, and Mindless Behavior, serving as the creative force behind their signature moves. On TV, he brought life to So You Think You Can Dance and sparked passion in countless dancers through the Pulse on tour. His work went as far as gaming, co-creating the hip-hop dance experience, always finding new ways to bring movement to the world. Kind, encouraging, and endlessly inventive, he guided dancers with honesty and heart. He won 3 American Choreography Awards in his career. But for those who knew him, the real award was getting to know the man behind the moves. Dave passed peacefully after a brief illness. His family has asked for privacy as they honor his legacy. In a quiet but powerful way, Dave Scott changed the language of dance. He showed that from a spark of street rhythm, greatness can grow. He will be deeply missed and forever admired. Tributes to Dave Scott. Number 6. She had a smile for morning audiences that felt like sunshine, a colleague once said. That was the magic of Wincey Willis. She didn't just forecast the weather, she changed the atmosphere of British television. Wincy passed away in December 2024 at the age of 76. Her family quietly shared the news months later, allowing time for private remembrance. She died peacefully, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire. Wincy was a pioneer in broadcasting. As ITV's first national female weather presenter, she led the way for generations of women in media. Her warm, energetic style turned daily forecasts into moments of connection. Millions first met her on Good Morning Britain in the 1980s, where her trademark hairstyle and cheerful demeanor became as familiar as the morning news. But Wincy was more than a morning TV fixture. She began at Radio Tees and quickly won over viewers at Tyne Tees Television with segments like Wincy's Pets. Her deep care for animals was genuine. At one point, she was caring for nearly 100. That compassion carried through to her writing, including her book, It's Raining Cats and Dogs, and her volunteering at wildlife rescues and a turtle sanctuary in Greece. She brought that same heartfelt presence to shows like Treasure Hunt, where she appeared regularly as an adjudicator, still radiating warmth. Even after stepping back from the spotlight, she led a vibrant life filled with adventure, scuba diving, poetry, and her lifelong love, rescuing and caring for animals. Former colleagues describe her as effortlessly generous, funny, and a joy to work with. One tribute read, "Wincy made mornings magic, and the world a bit kinder." She is remembered fondly by her former husband Malcolm Willis, friends, fans, and the viewers who grew up watching her each day. Her work changed what British television could be. Her heart made it unforgettable. Tributes to Wincey Willis. Number 5. She helped us see photography as more than images. It was history, emotion, and power captured in a frame. Those were the words of a colleague when remembering Vicki Goldberg, whose life's work redefined how we understand photography. Vicki passed away peacefully at age 86. Her death followed a brief illness, and while her voice is now silent, her influence remains deeply felt. For over 5 decades, she brought a clear, thoughtful lens to the world of photography. Through her writing, lectures, and curatorial work, she made the art form accessible to scholars, students, and everyday viewers alike. Her biography of Margaret Bourke White, opened new windows into the life of a photojournalism pioneer. Her landmark anthology, Photography in Print, gathered 2 centuries of thought, capturing the evolution of photography alongside the world it documented. She didn't just write about photographs, she explored what they meant to us. As a columnist for the New York Times and contributor to major publications, her words carried weight. Her essays sparked conversations, challenged conventions, and encouraged readers to look more closely. Her books, including The Power of Photography and Light Matters, are still widely read and taught today. Vicky was honored with awards from the International Center of Photography and the Royal Photographic Society. She delivered keynote talks around the globe, yet she remained grounded, mentoring young writers and lifting up new voices along the way. Those who knew her speak of her intellect, warmth, and curiosity. She asked deep questions, always returned to the power of the image, and encouraged others to do the same. She showed us that photography is not just art, it's memory, evidence, a mirror of our times. The International Center of Photography put it simply. Her loss diminishes our field, but her legacy will endure through her words and the many she inspired. Vicky Goldberg is survived by her loved ones and the generations of thinkers and creatives she influenced. Her life was one of purpose, vision, and generosity. Tributes to Vicky Goldberg. Number 4. Even the smallest character he touched came to life. He gave so much depth without ever asking for the spotlight. These words from a fellow actor capture the quiet brilliance of Manuel Zarzo, a man whose art lived in the details and whose presence made scenes shine. Manuel Zarzo passed away peacefully at the age of 93. He left us during the night in Pozuelo de Alarcón, closing a chapter of nearly a century filled with stories, stage lights, and unforgettable moments on screen. From his teenage years in Madrid's theater scene to starring in more than 200 film and television productions, Zarzo's journey was one of tireless dedication to his craft. He stepped into film at age 19 and never looked back. His roles in The Hive, The Holy Innocents, and Between Darkness painted him as a trusted figure in Spanish cinema. Audiences around the world will also remember his vivid performances in international hits like Nightmare City and My Dear Killer. He worked alongside legends like Monica Vitti and Marcello Mastroianni, bringing quiet strength to the screen. Whether he stood at the center or the edge of a story, he added gravity, charm, and heart. His range stretched from drama to comedy, from the small screen to war-torn film sets abroad, including shoots in Angola, Vietnam, and Italy. But Manuel Zarzo was not only admired for his acting, he inspired many with his humility, discipline, and kindness. He welcomed newcomers with open arms and led by example, treating every project with respect. A moment of courage forever marked his life. In 1960, while rescuing people from a fire in Madrid, he was grievously injured. Though clinically dead for 2 hours, he survived, a moment many saw as a miracle. That same bravery lived on in his characters and in his spirit. Spain has lost a pillar of its artistic heritage. His voice and face may no longer grace new screens, but the light he cast continues. As one tribute read, "He never demanded applause, yet he always deserved it." Tributes to Manuel Zarzo. Number 3. Claude Poisson's boundless creativity and mentorship transformed lives and stages. His vision will echo for generations. This heartfelt tribute captures the essence of Claude Poisson, whose passing at age 69 leaves the world of theater mourning a true pioneer. One defining moment in his celebrated journey came in 1978, when he co-founded Théâtre Papi in Montreal. From that spark, he nurtured a generation of playwrights, actors, and directors. With courage and passion, he brought bold, contemporary voices to life on stage and championed works others might have overlooked. His guiding influence extended further when he led Théâtre Denis Pelletier, enriching Quebec's cultural landscape with daring productions and a spirit of discovery. Claude didn't just direct plays, he shaped stories, careers, and communities. Among his standout productions were L'Orangerie, Mutantes, and Cinq Visages pour Camille Brunel. Each reflected his unique vision and refusal to settle for the ordinary. His work often explored identity, human connection, and the complexity of emotion, common threads that spoke directly to audiences. He wasn't limited to the stage. His contributions to film and television included acting roles in The Party and Rumeurs, and he helped bring powerful stories to the screen, penning the screenplay for Nelligan. Claude's true gift was how he brought light to new talent. As a teacher at College Lionel Gruel, he was known for his warmth and infectious enthusiasm. For many, he was the first person to say, "Yes, your voice matters." Over the years, he received many honors, including the Gascon Thomas Award and the Prix Reconnaissance UQAM. But most remarkable was the deep respect he earned from those he mentored and worked alongside. He passed away due to cardiac complications. The sadness is profound, yet so too is the gratitude for all he gave. As one colleague shared, Claude made you believe in art again, in people, in possibility. He leaves behind a large creative family, students, collaborators, and audiences, forever changed by his presence. Though the curtains close on his remarkable life, his legacy continues to inspire. Tributes to Claude Poisson. Number 2, Dill had a way of making the bass sing, like it was telling its own story, remembered a longtime bandmate. That story, rich in melody and rhythm, came to a peaceful end as David Dill Katz passed away at 79, after a brief illness. He wasn't just part of the music, he shaped it. From jazz clubs in London to concert halls around the world, Dill made each note count. Known for his fluid, fretless bass lines and fearless improvisation, he helped bring British jazz fusion into bold new territory. His time with groups like Nucleus, Pacific Eardrum, and Barbara Thompson's Paraphernalia left an echo in the genre that's still felt today. Born into a family of classical musicians, Dill started his journey with formal studies at the Royal College of Music. But his soul belonged to jazz. From the early days in Irish show bands to leading his own trio, 20th Century Blues, Dill's career stretched across 6 decades of innovation. Yet it wasn't just his playing that inspired, it was how he lifted others. As an educator at the Guildhall School of Music and a dedicated mentor, Dill guided hundreds of students, often giving them their first foothold in a tough industry. To many, he was a teacher, a producer, a friend, quietly brilliant, endlessly encouraging, and deeply generous. Even off stage, Dill carried music in everything he did. Musicians often called him a bass legend, but to those closest, he was simply Dill. Thoughtful, humble, a man who listened with the same care he gave to each note. Tributes have poured in from across the jazz world. One fellow artist wrote, "British jazz wouldn't sound the same without him, and it never will again." Dill Katz's spirit remains in the grooves of every record, in the memories of every lesson he gave, and in the hearts of those lucky enough to play beside him. He is survived by loved ones, and while they grieve in private, the world celebrates the legacy he leaves behind. Tributes to Dill Katz. What's trending on the internet? News 1. What a week it's been outside Norfolk Superior Court in Dedham, Massachusetts, as hundreds gathered to support Karen Redd, the 45-year-old who endured a lengthy and emotional second trial in the 2022 death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. After months of anticipation, a Massachusetts jury found Karen not guilty of murder, manslaughter, and leaving the scene, bringing an end to a case that's captivated the nation. The community was out in full force, cheering and even tossing pink confetti as Karen and her family thanked her dedicated legal team and the many supporters who stood by her during these difficult years. Through it all, Karen publicly expressed gratitude, not only for her legal victory, but for those who uplifted her along the way. While this chapter closes, the memory of John O'Keefe remains in the hearts of many, and the resilience displayed by everyone involved is a testament to the power of hope and community support. News 2. Sometimes, even in the darkest moments, the human spirit shines through with extraordinary strength. 40-year-old Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, a British businessman from Leicester, survived the tragic Air India flight AI-171 crash in Ahmedabad, an accident that claimed 241 lives, including his beloved brother Ajay, who was traveling with him. Shortly after being released from the hospital with minor injuries, Vishwas joined his family in a moving farewell, helping carry his brother's coffin to the cremation ground in the Union Territory of Daman and Diu. Despite tremendous loss, Vishwas's courage in honoring his brother's memory has touched hearts around the world. His story reminds us of the power of resilience, family, and love in the face of overwhelming sorrow. Vishwas's bravery and devotion will be remembered long after this tragedy, as a symbol of hope and the enduring bonds that connect us all. News 3. If you ever tuned into the Food Network, you likely know the lively spirit of Anne Burrell, a chef whose signature spiky blonde hair and infectious laugh lit up kitchens and living rooms across the country. This week, fans everywhere are remembering Anne, who passed away at her home in Brooklyn at the age of 55. Anne was best known as the co-host of Worst Cooks in America, where her warmth, encouragement, and humor turned newfound cooks into confident chefs. She was also a beloved friend to many, including fellow Food Network star Rachel Ray. Rachel shared a touching tribute, recalling not only their years cooking side by side but also precious moments, like being a bridesmaid at Anne's wedding and sharing laughter behind the scenes. Anne always said she became a chef to spread joy, and her family lovingly described her as someone whose light radiated far beyond her own circle, touching millions. Just days before her passing, she was out in New York, celebrating good food and friendship, exactly how she wished to be remembered. Though Anne Burrell is no longer with us, her warmth, boundless energy, and zest for life will continue inspiring cooks and families for generations to come. Today we celebrate the legacy of a woman who made the world just a little bit brighter, one delicious meal and one big, joyful smile at a time. News 4. Sometimes the strength and openness of one person can inspire an entire community. Sydney Towell, a 25-year-old TikTok creator from the United States, has courageously shared her journey battling a rare form of bile duct cancer since her diagnosis at just 23. This week, Sydney posted an emotional video update, letting her followers know that she's facing a difficult new chapter. Her latest scan brought tough news, and she'll need surgery later this month to receive a special chemotherapy pump, as well as try an experimental treatment. Sydney's vulnerability, breaking down in tears, admitting how hard it is to stay positive and how she had to cancel a much-anticipated vacation, has resonated with hundreds of thousands online. Through all the ups and downs, Sydney says that the messages of gratitude and support from her followers keep her going, reminding her that her honesty is making a difference. Sydney's story is a powerful testament to the impact of sharing our struggles. She's helping so many people feel less alone, proving that even in the darkest moments, community and kindness can lift us up. Though her journey is filled with uncertainty, The hope and courage she brings to others will continue to shine as a beacon of inspiration. News 5. If you love stories that celebrate remarkable lives and legacies, this one is especially poignant. Acclaimed film director Jennifer Abbott, known professionally as Sarah Steinberg, has sadly passed away at the age of 69 in her beloved Camden neighborhood of London. Jennifer, whose creativity and vision earned her numerous awards, was admired not just for her work behind the camera, but for her kindness and passion for storytelling. Friends and neighbors recall seeing her just days before with her loyal corgi, Prince, a familiar and heartwarming sight in the community she called home. While her passing is under investigation, the focus now is on the joy Jennifer brought to so many, her films sparking inspiration, her mentorship guiding new artists, and her enduring love for the arts enriching lives far beyond her own. Today we honor Jennifer Abbott's incredible achievements and the positive mark she leaves on the world. May her memory continue to inspire creativity and kindness in all of us. Number 1. There was no one who knew the rhythm of a play quite like Alan, once said a fellow director, capturing what many in British theatre felt about Alan Strachan. Renowned for his sharp eye, humor, and deep reverence for the stage, Alan shaped the identity of modern British theatre. At 78, he passed away peacefully in June after a short illness, leaving behind decades of inspired storytelling. Born in Dundee, his love for theatre took root early. By the 1970s, Alan had become a respected force in London's theatre scene. As artistic director of the Greenwich Theatre, he helped launch and reshape careers, bringing out the best in actors like Sir Michael Redgrave and Penelope Keith. His directorial range was vast. Coward, Ayckbourn, Shakespeare, all brought to life with Alan's signature nuance. His acclaimed productions of Hay Fever, Confusions, and Present Laughter captured audiences and critics alike. In 1976, he was nominated for Director of the Year at the Olivier Awards for 3 standout shows in one season. An extraordinary feat. Alan didn't just stop at directing. He also shared his knowledge through writing. His biography, Dark Star, a biography of Vivien Leigh, won the Theatre Book Prize in 2020, praised for its empathy and depth. Critics and readers alike appreciated how he made theatre history accessible, vivid, and human. He also ventured into television, most recently directing the stage-to-screen drama, A Splinter of Ice, exploring the hidden life of Graham Greene. Even in his later years, Alan remained curious, creative, and deeply committed to the arts. More than his achievements, Alan was cherished for his mentorship. Young actors and directors found in him a generous guide, always ready with encouragement and honest critique. He believed in live theatre as something sacred and worked to protect its future. One rehearsal, one story at a time. The Society for Theatre Research called him a brilliant chronicler of the stage with an undimmed passion for storytelling. Those words reflect not just what Alan did, but who he was at heart. Alan is survived by his family and by hundreds of artists and audiences who carry his spirit forward. Tributes to Alan Strachan. I feel so lucky to be able to share my true passion in life with others. Those were Anne Burrell's own words, an honest reflection from someone who made kitchens brighter and cooking feel bold, fearless, and fun.